Alright guys, before we start this video, I have to preface that this is my second time recording because unfortunately, my first recording did not pick up my mic. Recording issues debating my existence. It's not a big deal because this is pretty much the ending, but like my reaction for like the big reveal, so to speak, is kind of spoiled, but yeah, but let's just go ahead with this and then I'll summarize my thoughts again at the end. Nope, the mansion's out of the way. Yeah, but we're gonna go there at the end. Banshee clambers into the backseat of the car. His heavy set fills the enclosed space. And like I've been saying, he should have been showering at the mansion. I can finally catch my breath. Now then, driver, take us to the Forest by H Castle. Which is honestly so rude. Why you call me driver? I'm not your driver. I drive down the familiar road. All lights along the way are strangely green. We reach our destination without me having to slow down the car once. The engine chugs along. I feel the wheels of fate turning like those on the car I'm riding in. 10 days ago, I promise. In exchange for you buying me an extra order of almond jelly? If you did forget everything, I take you to H Shrine. Sounds like I prepare for everything. Well, no, you didn't, because your plans have fallen apart. But if I was that careful, why didn't I leave myself a clue? Why prepare if I was just going to forget? Did the curse progress faster than expected, so there wasn't time? Or did someone get rid of it? But if I had business at H Shrine, why didn't I go there while I still had my memories? Something about timing. Waiting for some magic summer cleaning to clear away impurity. Suddenly my old self echoes in my head. I speak the words out loud slowly, as realization dawns. The summer purification rites. They're rites held as shrines to exorcise evil. On the last day of June, you pass through woven reeds to cleanse yourself. I was trying to use that ritual to exorcise the impurity. Ah, gotcha. Luckily, today's the 1st of July, so the rites or whatever are done. Should be no problem now. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem once you find out what actually happened. Exorcise the impurity, huh? What kind of impurity was I trying to cleanse? The more I learn, the less I understand. Well, that's how I previously felt, but now I understand everything. Well, kind of. Not really. My previous self is like a complete stranger to me. How many times have I come to this forest now? I know, it's my beloved place. I hate it. They keep making me come back. The creepy arch and thick trees look the same as always. You know where H Shrine is, yeah? Lead the way. You've never been there? First I heard of it was 10 days ago. Weird. Haven't you been living here since forever? This city can't be that big, right? Banshee and I push through the vegetation and make our way down the beach trail. We pass under the stone torii gate. And finally arrive at the desolate H Shrine. The few headless Buddha statues that are left shine in the light of the flashlight. So the statues used in the project were stolen from here? Yeah, that's right. Is it really true the statues are connected to the mark somehow? I've considered the possibility that the mark was caused by their divine wrath. But 10 days ago... You said what happened 50 years ago wasn't because of the project. It was all because of her. This course I've been following this whole time. Then, at some point, I had to have been fed some huge lie. But what could it be? A shudder runs through me at the thought. It feels like I'm looking into the depths of hell. You said 10 days ago that altar holds something important. Something about needing to keep it here to exorcise the impurity. Weird that it's only been 10 days, so it's like literally just been like 2 and a... or not even, like 1.5 week? Barely. He approaches the small altar and puts his hand on the sliding door. Huh? What's going on here? The thing's empty. Don't ask me. It was already gone when I was here earlier. Oh, well, that's darn weird. You said there was a cloth pouch. What was inside? A small fist-sized statue. A Nenji Butsu or something. It was the Go Shintai for the shrine. The Kujo head used it in the shelter to stop the mess 50 years ago. And again, it's the Kujo family. They must have strong ties to the mark. Well, this is about all I can do for you. At least it was enough to pay off the dessert. We should head back, son. Right. Yeah, I know. Useless trip. I've been here already, man. I'm still unsure about what my old self was thinking, but it's clear whatever plan I had didn't work. Where did the Nenji Butsu go? Where indeed? On the way back, I feel reluctant to go. I keep turning to look toward the shrine. Each time I do, Banshee hurries me onto the forest entrance. Well, this is where we part ways. You're not going to ride back with me? I'm gonna be honest with you, I got a bit carsick on the way here. Flat roads were fine, but the curves and hills did me in. I just got a nice meal, and I hate to throw it up, so I'll walk back. I wouldn't walk back, this place is creepy as hell. But it's pretty far from here. Kids are such wimps these days. When I was young, I used to walk across the Himalayas all the time. This ain't nothing. Weirdo. Okay, goodbye, old man. His laugh is loud enough for the whole forest to hear. He waves and leaves me alone. Once he's out of sight, I get into the car. I pull out of the deserted parking lot and drive back to the mansion. As I count the street lights passing by, I go over everything Banshee told me. 50 years ago, in the shelter, the cannon soldier went berserk, but it wasn't because of the army's experiments, it was her. The army was unable to stand up to the threat of her and the soldier, but the Kujo family head used the Nenji Butsu to settle everything. However, she still exists in this time period. She was the one who gave me my mark. Before I lost my memories, I was planning on using the Nenji Butsu like they did before. I left it at each shrine so it could be cleansed of its impurity. But somewhere along the line, it went missing. The past me probably couldn't have predicted that would happen. And that's why you failed. I'm almost back at Kujo Mansion. As my drive comes to an end, I focus on what the most important detail is. That's right, who she is. I have a hunch about her identity, but I can't be sure yet. And that definitely proves that she was there. 50 years ago, she made the cannon soldier move down in the shelter. The Kujo family's head sealed her. They would have brought her to the mansion. The sacred objects for the project of which she was one were returned to the Kujos. Still messed up, they caused all these trouble and all these deaths. I gripped the steering wheel tighter. If there were any way to defeat her, it just has to be in the mansion. I don't have any solid proof, but the fragments of my memories are whispering to me. The entrance doesn't look any different. My mark burns. The sharp pain nearly brings me to my knees. It seems she has no intention of hiding her presence any longer. In pursuit of the truth. Yeah, the truth indeed. Not this. Last time I saw Banshee, I told him that if I completely forgot everything, he should take me to X Shrine. He says I wanted to recover some Nenjibutsu thing that was there, but when we arrived, the Nenjibutsu is oddly missing. All of the effort I went through to prevent the mark from causing havoc was wasted. Well, your plan sucked. But I feel like I'm getting closer to the truth I've been pursuing. I've defeated 5 spirits now since I first came to Kujo Mansion, but none were the one that gave me my mark. So where exactly is this she that I need to face? My old self knew, and prepared something to help the me with no memory. Then there must be a way to stop her. Don't be afraid. I've got to trust in myself, yeah. For sure, for sure. Except no partners now. I think talk, right? Talk with the thing that is— oh, it's there again. Oh my god. So we meet again. Yeah. Betrayer! Mary's voice is soft. I know now. Behind those words is hidden an intense lust for blood. Well, can she have an intense lust for someone else? You came back to life rather quickly. You gave me nearly a whole day. More than enough time. I admit that Rabbit's attack surprised me. I still can't believe you got killed by a rabbit though. But unexpected events can themselves be rather enjoyable. When I had brought Mary to X Shrine, we caught sight of the rabbit there. It might have suspected Mary's true nature. I think it knew, not suspected. That rabbit. Its great love for you pushed it into recklessness. What was that rabbit really? Determine that for yourself. Who are you? Know that, and the answer will come. Though it is impossible so long as you bear the mark I gave you. Mary gave me the mark. I had a hunch, but hearing it from her lips fills me with dread. Just what are you trying to accomplish? Well, she's trying to be nasty. She's trying to kill people and torment them. Dragging the living to the depths of despair before killing them. I believe I explained that it is a spirit's utmost desire and joy. And I had your cooperation with achieving that. I know, the betrayal. I've been doing stupid things because I've been listening to an evil spirit. Cooperate? That's ridiculous. Oh, have you not realized yet? You did bring those pathetic mark bearers directly to the spirits, did you not? What was the proper way to get rid of them then? Not bring them? They feared the spirit's existence, trembled in the face of death. I savored the taste of that fear and despair. Most delicious. You had all of us help out. Just to terrify the mark bearers even more? So maybe it was either that you shouldn't bring anyone, or maybe you should have brought everyone, you know, the entire group. Clearly, I could have waited for the curses to complete if I only wanted them dead. That is not the only lie. Mark bearers must stay in small groups. Do not contact outsiders. So I think we should probably have big-ass groups, not small groups, you know? All my instructions were to drive you into a state of emergency. And not once did you doubt me. Well, why did I doubt you? I thought you were friendly. That's why you can't just trust anybody. I bet she's telling me all of this because she wants me terrified with how hopeless the situation I find myself in is. I'm frozen in place and I know my face must be as pale as death. She must be loving this. Don't tell me you created all those spirits just to accomplish that? Indeed. When Lady Christie believed divine wrath was the cause of the mark, also hilarious how she's still so polite, I had never been more amused. Her foolishness was so delightful, I just had to come along with you. So you lied. Of course. How could a pile of broken statues possibly do anything? I could be imagining it, but I feel like she hesitated for a moment there. I wonder why. Are you feeling bad for what you did to me? Betraying my trust? 50 years ago, I was sealed away by the head of the Kujo family. I awoke here 5 years ago. At the time, I was still unable to speak and communicate. But it seems my awakening alone caused a number of ripples. Those who died unfortunate deaths on cursed land became monstrous spirits. The H elementary abuse, the honeybee mass suicide, Seiko's assault and suicide. They all happened 5 years ago. I finally regained my full power a little over a month ago. Then the Buddha statue connected to me 50 years ago began moving. The woman killed by the statue was also influenced by my power. You mean the woman that became the statue? I know you should say she was killed by the statue. Unless there was another person that I forget. That must be the cannon soldier in Zukawa. Was she killed by the statue? I thought she turned herself into that thing. Zukawa believed it was the divine oracle from the soldier, when it really had been Mary. She did as the great Asura said and transformed herself into Mizu. I guess you could say she got killed willingly, maybe? Once my strength returned, I again bestowed my power on spirits. It connects humans to me and manipulates them into a panic. The mark. I know you've been toying with us. But well, was there really a need to make us be connected to you in some way? Well, she loves that fair in despair, you know? Of course. By being in direct contact with you, I could taste your fear. Even now. Are you scared of me, Lord Yashiki? No, I forgot what I said the first time. I think I didn't say anything. Very admirable. I mean, I am kind of afraid of her once you see what she really looks like. Oh my god. Her porcelain face cracks. Ever since you declared that you would fight the mark, I've waited eagerly for this day. Well, I mean, the first time I said I didn't want to fight it and just let you kill me. Over the past 10 days, I've tasted your fear through the mark. Thick and syrupy, as sweet as honey. That is so gross. Each savor morsel made me want to smash you to pieces. But I waited. I am not so foolish as to kill a goose that lays golden eggs. But I cannot take it anymore. Like crushing a ripe fruit and sipping its juices. Must everything be so moist, Mary? I want to break you down and savor your sweet fear. Oh god, Jesus fuck. That jump scared me. Again. Gets me every time. Dyed a crimson, deep crimson. Few minutes left. Well, I mean, death is in front of me. I don't need you to tell me, clock. My thoughts blurred together suddenly. What happens to a marked bearer right before dawn? I've seen it many times. No, actually you have it in this timeline because I saved everyone. Is that what's happening to me now? Lord Yashiki, wait for me. I'll kill. No, I'm not gonna wait for you. Also, how come you couldn't walk before but now you can walk now, huh? Were you lying to me? I can hear Mary stand up over by the sofa. At this rate, the rabbit's fate will be mine too. I have to run away. Check within the red in my room. Something whispers in my ear. That's right, that voice. But what does my room mean? Focus. Who does that voice belong to? Yasoka. She said it was someone who loved me. I mean, I actually guessed this on the first try. It's not hard. It's kind of obvious, actually. There's only so many characters, you know? Mary's coming closer. Where should I run? Where can you run? I still don't remember who MK is, though. Okay, let's go to Saya's room. MK could be anyone. Aren't both of them M names? I sprint at full speed up the stairs and fly into Saya's room. What were their names? I think it was Masamune and Murasame, so it could literally be either of their rooms. I don't know why they put MK there, so. Much like the entrance hall is dark. The voice said, check within the red in my room. Is something there? But where should I look? Yeah, it's the freaking blood pile that you never bothered to clean up. That's where the red. I've been saying you should clean freaking blood and like, nobody wants to listen to my hygienic advice. Saya Kujo's bloodstain is still on the floor. It's obviously dry by this point in time. Yeah, but still gross. You should clean it. There might be something lying on top of it. I can't be sure as it's too dark. Nothing was there the last time I was here. Picking it up, I discovered that it's a small pouch. Inside is a hard, thin object. I move over to the moonlight to see it better. Awfully calm when you're being chased by a death spirit. It's a small Buddha statue. It can't be. Is this the Nenjibutsu? It seems to be stained with blood, and I get an ominous feeling from it. The impurity. It hasn't been exorcised yet. I instinctively know the instant I see it. My mind is suddenly flooded with all of my memories of the Nenjibutsu, one after another. 50 years ago, The head of the Kujo family used this to steal, I think you mean seal, Mary's power. He put the Nenjibutsu inside her to seal her. Then, about a month ago, someone took it out. That person was me. Yes, it was you, dumbass. You done messed up. Because of that, Mary regained her powers. The Nenjibutsu in my hand looks exactly as it did back then, full of impurity. Impurity that's built up from sealing Mary's power for 50 years. Why is she so strong? Why is she so powerful? To cleanse it, I left the Nenjibutsu at the uncontaminated Ix shrine. It would take time to exorcise all of the impurity. It's already July. The summer purification rite is over. So why is it still impure? Why couldn't you just take her entire body and leave it there to exorcise it? The object the rabbit had in its mouth. It could have been carrying the pouch then, instead of the master key. Then the Nenjibutsu was taken away from Ix shrine before the beginning of July. Maybe the rabbit saw Mary by the shrine, and was scared that she would find it. So it had no choice but to steal it away. Well, everyone done messed up is all I can say. The door to the adjacent room opens. Mary must be looking for me. But she can sense the presence of mark bearers. What's going on? She don't have that night vision. Wait, is it possible that Saya's blood is protecting me? Protected by her holy blood. Bring it to where I met my end. Where did she meet your end? I don't remember this one. The voice whispers in my ear again. If this isn't where the voice owner died, they must have met their end elsewhere. I guess in the hallway? Or whatever you call it? I don't know. There's only one other place. Which is... While Mary is in the room next door, I sprint down to the entrance hall. Make a beeline to Mary's sofa in the spot where the rabbit died. Oh, right. Where she died, I guess. The voice that spoke to me and helped me every time a spirit was closing in. If Saya was working through anything, it must have been that rabbit. Sensing something, I looked down at my hand. The Nenjibutsu's impurity is gone. Is this what you've been telling me, Saya? I speak to the departed woman who's guided me as I struggle without memories. Put the Nenjibutsu, the source of the doll's curse. Press it to the black mark. Then the whispers stop. She's gone forever now. The floorboards creak ominously. I raise my head to the staircase rising into the darkness before me. Hey girl, what's up? You're so freaky. A dark figure stands on the landing. I found you. I mean, I guess this place is only so big. Youchies, look at all those hands. The mark scorches me. My head goes blank. Is it curious how she only cursed you? I guess technically also... See, I still don't get the thing, they said Saya was cursed by Hanahiko, right? But I feel like she was cursed by Mary. That makes more sense. But I don't know. Mary's coming closer. My body won't listen to me. Ooh, Jesus. Girl. You need to change your face. Lord Yashiki. Mary closes her hands around my neck. She's trying, what? To kill me. Well, no duh. I just didn't figure that she'd do it in such a physical way. You'd think she has some powers, you know? I squeeze the Nenjibutsu and the fog that's impeding my thoughts lifts. It's still a struggle to think. I should be able to move my arm now. Put the Nenjibutsu on the source of the curse. I only have one chance. Where should I stick the Nenjibutsu? Well, of course, where her mark is, which is on her right arm. Which is still kind of a ridiculous way to get rid of it, but okay. It doesn't make sense, but nothing really makes sense in this game. I managed to drag my impossibly heavy arm and stick the Nenjibutsu on Mary's right arm. She's hiding it. But like how? How did she do it? But I'm sure that's where the black mark was. Are you dead yet? She's like, oh? A confused ah. Marks bloom on Mary, one after another. They're all the color of blood. It's like they're the curses of those she killed. Yeah, and how many has she killed? A lot, probably. She's been busy, you know, these, however long time has been. Kind of hilarious how she explodes, but then, like, somehow the doll comes back, and I don't get the logistics of this sealing procedure. Mary shatters into dust. Did I really do it? I hesitantly looked down at my right arm. The mark is gone. I did it? I finally did it. I have to say out loud to convince myself. A victory at the expense of Saya's life. I can't claim it's completely over, but there's no harm being relieved for now. Well, you know, a victory is a victory. The fog clouding my head clears away. My memories slowly return to me. I look around the dimly lit hall again. I know this mansion well. Because, I guess you're a dumbass is what you are. The clock on the second floor begins chiming wildly like it did 10 days ago. When I make my way to it, it stops. Almost as if it has a will of its own. That's right, this grandfather clock. I think a skilled ancestor of the Kujo family crafted it. That one chisel may have been used to make it. That's right, inside this clock. I can't believe like they searched the whole house and they just did not search this clock. I open the door and stick my hand inside. My fingers brush something hard. To get it out, I realize it's a voice recorder. I press the play button. I wish that I had this whole line voice. That would have been interesting. This on? This is Masamune Kujo. It's a man's voice. A voice I know all too well. It's my voice. I decided to leave this record behind in case something should happen. It did, okay? And you failed, everybody. Yourself and your whole family. That doll may dispose of any files or documents. I'm banking on her overlooking a piece of technology. As I listen, I start to remember recording this. I done it right before I received the mark from Mary. Now, where should I begin? It started 5 years ago, 2 years after I became Kujo family head. My sister, Saya, and I found a doll in a wood box while sorting the warehouse. The moment I broke the seal and saw her, I could sense something sinister. Like this whole family failed their descendants. Like, why are there no warnings to tell people, hey, maybe don't open this box, you know? Or at least how to cleanse it? Like, everybody in this family dumbasses. I can't speak for Saya because I don't know her, but, you know, everyone in this family dumbasses. But it took a while longer to fully understand what she truly is. If only there had been records. Yeah, exactly. But great-grandfather who sealed her didn't leave any before his early death. And you killed your grandchildren, you dumbass! Because of that, his descendants weren't told about the doll. Like, truly, what kind of dumbassery? I managed to learn the doll had been loaned to an army lab during the war. A strange old man who lived in an underground shelter told me. Then I went overseas to try to get more information on the doll. But it got into an accident while away, and was presumed missing. So Saya became the new family head. I wasn't able to contact her until after she had inherited the title. Maybe Mary did something to you, you know? Her powers went extended even, like, overseas. It wasn't something worth contesting. So I explained everything and had her keep up the facade that I was missing. Public records still stated Masamune Kujo was very much alive, of course. I couldn't have used my passport or license otherwise. I love how they explained that though. No plot holes there, right? I'm off topic, sorry. I only just returned to the country last week. Other psychics abroad all agreed it would be bad to leave the doll be. And then Jibutsu inside the doll still suppressed its cursed power, but I realized that it was almost at its limit. If I left it alone, it would crumble. Then it'd be impossible to suppress the cursed power of the doll. That was worst case scenario. But what was to be done? The answer I came up with was to remove the Nenji Butsu from the doll, temporarily. Its impurity will be cleansed after a month stored in a pure area, and then I'll place it back in the doll. If I succeed, the doll's power will be sealed for a few more decades. Well, you failed. But the problem is that 1 month. I have no idea what kind of curse will be released when the doll is unsealed. I'll do what I can to prevent disasters, and you fail! Like, truly, you took the biggest risk without considering the consequences. But my power can't compare to the Nenji Butsu. I can't guarantee anything. There may be victims again, like the tragedy 50 years ago. But this is a necessary evil. No, I disagree. I mean, I really feel like you could have done a little bit more research, I think. It must be done in order to prevent even more people from falling victim. After this, I'll disassemble the doll and remove the Nenji Butsu. I pray everything goes according to plan and the worst of evil is avoided. Maybe you should have disassembled her and like scatter her parts across the whole world. Maybe then her power will be reduced. I hope this record isn't needed. But if the one listening to this has a loved one who's fallen victim to the curse, yeah, yourself, dumbass. Like, truly the men of the Kujo family are so stupid. The grandfather and then like the dad or whoever, like nobody said anything. You fail your entire family. Dad, I'm very sorry. Yeah, you're saying sorry to yourself. You failed your entire family. The recording ends there. Damn it. I clenched my fist so hard, my nails dig into my palms. Yes, the voice on the tape was mine, but I'm furious with it. I don't know that person at all. The mark has claimed so many victims over the past month. I even lost my little sister, Saya. Was she just another inevitable victim that the voice spoke of? Yeah, I can't forgive him, because they're all idiots. I can't forgive him. Ever since I lost my memories, I've lived as Kazuo Yashiki. My blood boils at what Masamune Kujo did. Yeah, did Saya agree to this? Did she have any say? Two months have passed. The occasional cool breeze signals that summer is almost over. I spend my time putting the case of the mark to rest as best as I can. I put Saya to rest by burying the rabbit and contacted the surviving mark bearers. Putting the Buddha statues in places of honor was also one of those tasks. They weren't connected to the mark after all, but I couldn't just leave them there. Plus, there was no way Christy keep quiet about the statues. You know, she's exposing everything. So with her guidance and Yasoka, Daimon, and Banshee's help, I carried the broken statues out of the shelter and returned them to X Shrine. Really weird that we had to do it ourselves. Like, I get it's a secret, but it's just so weird. Can we get some, like, authorized people here? By now, my memory has completely returned, but I still can't think of myself as Masamune Kujo. My memories of my past feel more like I'm reading someone else's biography. Legally, I am Masamune. I inherited Kujo Mansion. I'm not sure how to feel about it, but I think I'll consider it a way to pay Saya back for saving me. Must we live here though? So many terrible things happen here and it's so creepy. About Masamune Kujo. He became head of the Kujo 7 years ago. Scholarly inclined and introverted, he wasn't the type to be very social. He left all public appearances to Saya Kujo, so not many knew what he looked like. The only photos of him are from small local newspapers. Masamune accidentally uncovered Mary in the family's warehouse 5 years ago. Who just leaves like a cursed doll in a warehouse? Like seriously, this family, the incompetency. That discovery changed his life. I traveled extensively abroad in order to learn more about Mary. In one country, I got into an accident and fell into a coma for half a year. Even worse, that country proceeded to treat me as an unidentified traveler. I don't know if that was merely my terrible luck, or if Mary's curse has something to do with it. When I was finally able to contact home, Sai had already become the new head. The rest was as the tape said. I had no idea that Mary's power was far greater than I had imagined. Yes, and you fucked up. All of my efforts to suppress her power were completely useless. My memories unraveled faster than I thought. How did Mary come to be in the first place? One theory says a doll maker in the 19th century used magic to create her. Another says the spirit of a young girl who died prematurely took up residence in a doll. My theory is that she actually is a spirit of somebody who died. In the end, it's still a mystery. No one knows what happened to create a doll like that. We only know that each of Mary's owners died tragic deaths. Damn, she has a lot of grudges against the people. Well, just people, I guess. Shortly after the turn of the 20th century, she came to be owned by the head of the Kujos. He either didn't know of the curse, or simply didn't believe it. Well, dumbass, how could you be like the head of like a spiritual family and not believe it? Disasters began befalling the family. Mary gained enough power to become sentient and produce spirits. Then the tragedy in the shelter happened. The seething grudges of the experiment's victims and the Buddha statues. They may have triggered her awakening. She must be like so angry though, like for her to be so powerful. Whatever Mary's true identity is, the fact remains she altered many people's fates. Mine and the mark bearers included. Speaking of, an update on the surviving mark bearers. Well, they're all alive, so they're just chilling, I guess. Moe Watanabe became a part-time writer for her favorite magazine, OOP Arts Monthly. She sometimes comes to Kujo Mansion to interview me about spirits and ghosts. Tsukasa Yoshida is studying every day for the middle school exams next year. He bragged in his letter to me about how well he did in the national mock test. His is like the most normal, I guess, because he's just a little, like, elementary kid, or middle school, or whatever. Satoru Mashida brought me a drink, like he promised. Seems he's thinking about becoming a private detective. He actually asked me if I wanted to join him. Was he serious? I don't know for sure. Yeah, you guys could join up and become like a buddy cop movie. Sho Nagashima is picking fights, riding his bike, and doing whatever he wants as usual. But recently, out of the blue, I heard he's joined his neighborhood's baseball team. Christy Arimura has started writing an essay exposing all of her past affairs, which is weird to be honest, like just write a book, I guess. She's trying to get back into the industry. Suzu Morimiya was able to see her father. Lately, she started asking me for advice about how to get her parents to reconcile. I have no idea if I helped at all, but she says they sometimes have meals together now. Which is weird, because didn't they separate because her mom became a nun or something? Eita Nakamatsu has gone back to surfing the BBS every day as usual. But what's new is he's been stopping by the city employment center. I guess he wants to get a steady job and be a role model for Zuzu. Best of luck to him. Yeah, I know, it's like no confidence in you, man, but do your best. A day doesn't go by that I don't see Ai Kashiwagi on TV as part of Love and Hero. She sent a ticket like she promised, but I need to drum up some courage to go to a concert for teens, alone, at my age. Which I still wonder how old are you? Toako Yasoka is still working as a fortune teller in Ginza. Apparently she believes I have spiritual powers or something. Oh no, duh, we got rid of 5 spirits, what do you think? She keeps sending customers with spirit problems to the mansion. I wish she stopped. Yeah, this is not a business, Yasoka, I can't just send people here. Madoka Hiro spends her days working as a researcher while also visiting the shelter. Her and Banshee squabble a lot, but I wish she stopped complaining to me about it. Again, she's another Mizu in the making. She needs to, like, stop doing those weird experiments. Especially on people. Shuji Daimon seems to be doing better now, like a weight's been lifted off his chest. He's in the process of convincing officials to publicize the shelter and build a memorial for it. I also think tear it down because it's a creepy ass place. Banshee Ito has returned to his beloved underground shelter. He stops by the mansion sometimes, filling the place with his scent. Again, take a bath, man. Of course, he comes to beg me for food. And now then. I finished my break and returned to the workbench in the corner of the room. I'm glad you finally cleaned up the blood. Over the past 2 months, Mary has managed to repair herself. Her power hasn't completely come back yet, but she's still extremely frightening. The Ninji Butsu alone won't be enough to continue stealing her powers in the years to come. I must prepare extra spiritual measures. Yeah, you need like an alternative backup plan. It's taken a long time to get those ready, but today I finally finished. Squeaky joints. Once everything is complete, I replaced the Ninji Butsu inside Mary. Finally, it's over. Well, Not really. It's over for now, I guess. You need to forever seal her away, though. Or, you know, remove her grudge, I guess. I picked Mary up and put her in the wood box. 5 years. This all started when I opened the lid of this box. They need to seal it, okay? It'd be like, don't open. Evil spirit inside. Mary stares up at me from the depths of the box. I have no idea if she's aware of what's happening right now. There's no doubt she will regain her powers when the Nenjibutsu wears out decades from now. I'm determined to find a way to destroy this cursed doll before that happens. Until that day. You need to stay asleep, Mary. Yeah, awfully calm way to communicate to an evil spirit that literally tried to kill me 2 months ago. Death mark. Thank God. Thank God it's all over, technically. Alright, well. All that is over. Actually, no, let's look at this horrific picture of Mary while we discuss. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, yeah, so a lot of opinions. I feel like this game kind of started out strong, but it really like tapered in the later chapters, and I don't know why. It really felt like it was almost made by like different people, because one of the things that really irritated me is like kind of the annoying game mechanics that started happening in like the later parts. I feel like the game was trying to be like too many things at once. Like, it's a visual novel, it's a horror visual novel, and then they try to, I guess, like increase tension with like the weird time choices. That just kind of makes it feel like an assessment, like kind of like those tests that Zukawa is making us take, which kind of like takes away the fun, I feel like. Because there's no like fun, there's no like flavor text. It's just only right and wrong answers. So that's not that fun. I guess like they were trying to introduce like maybe some puzzle elements, which like I feel like the fights were like a puzzle in a bit, so those are okay. But the time choices, like I don't really feel like they add anything. So there's that. And then also with the final battles, it does get a little bit irritating when like if you're missing certain things or if you're using the wrong characters, it almost seems like instant defeat, instant death. I don't know why they choose to do that, especially like since like they don't like see. There's the thing, like in the first chapter they let you choose like which character to bring to the final fight, right? But then like I feel like chapter 2 and on, they just took that away. Like I really don't understand why. So then like all the backtracking, going back and forth, getting stuff, getting characters, oh, it's just so tedious. So not a fan of that. And also, this game is like I don't know what is going on, but like they keep weirdly like sexualizing all the deaths, and I think it only happens for like female characters, and like. Also, all the characters are like the enemy characters, like not our characters, are like weirdly misogynistic. Like, especially the shelter part with like the human experiments. Like, why were those freaking researchers like so weird? It's like, oh, I forget what exactly they said, but it was like, oh, you nasty woman or whatever. Yeah, like you deserve whatever is happening to you. Like, just the weirdest thing. And then like they put you in like the viewpoint of the victim, so it's like you're being weirdly victimized. Like, I don't know what was going on there, but. Kind of gross and uncomfortable. And then the jump scares. I don't know if people like actually like being jump scared. Like, I personally don't super enjoy because like I'm an easily startled person anyway. So like I would say like pretty much all the jump scares got me because I'm just pretty like easily startled. But like I don't like that the jump scares don't make sense. Like you just be like doing stuff randomly, like random chainsaw sound, random crow sound, random door shaking sound. But like there was nothing there. Like it would make more sense if you're like, oh, there's some weird sound going on, the spirit's coming, you know? But it was just like random. It just didn't make sense. So like it kind of got annoying in the later parts, but like of course I still got easily startled. So I guess they achieved what they wanted, so that worked. I would say like story-wise, it was okay. Like I do like the story, so like I wanted to like complete it just so I got all the story and like the background and everything. It's not like it's a very complex story. I kind of started like piecing all the things like towards the end, which I guess is like good storytelling because like it should be kind of like telling you, leading you towards like the truth and all, but it's not like, you know, crazy like what I'm trying to say, like some crazy like plot or lore or everything. But yeah, it's okay for the most part. I think there's like another chapter after the ending. I don't know why, but I think I might just leave this here for now. I don't know if you guys want to see like another chapter or the sequel games, but like in any case, I need a break away from this game because like it did get a little bit frustrating towards the later parts of the game. I do not know if the other games are better about this or not, but it was not enjoyable towards the end. So yeah, started out strong, kind of like tapered off, which is a bit of a shame, but I would say overall I still liked it. I liked the story, I liked the characters. Some parts were weird, but I would say overall I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoy this series as well. And I'll just leave you here with this freaky ass image of Mary. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.